For me, if I say something once for nothing, it means they grew up in the big three: healthy in relationship, healthy in body, healthy in finance. So I agree. I have lots of clients who grew up wanting for nothing materially, but were starved for real relationship and connection. And I think if anybody's grown up in an impoverished home, they understand how important money is, but it isn't everything. And you could grow up in a home where you wanted for nothing financially, but you had emotionally unavailable parents, right? And I think love and connection is, all humans ultimately are driven by love and connection. Like, you can see the loving story in any behavior. Like, in all cases, even the most traumatic, crazy cases, I promise you at the end of the day, that person is seeking love and connection. It's innate to who we are. So, and I would say, to kind of take the pressure off parents just slightly, my point is, you can literally do everything right or what is most beneficial. That does not guarantee that your child is going to be a perfect enlightened being as they drop in. And there's probably a number of reasons, including that there is a choice point for the human in front of you, that they still get to decide how they want to show up and what decisions they want to make. And then kind of taking it a layer back that perhaps is challenging for some, I would call Earth schoolyard Earth. It's like a university or a program where you come in here to learn very particular lessons. And so when you drop in, there is a curriculum. There is lessons that you are here to learn. And every single interaction that you come into with, the conditions you came in, your parents, the country of origin, all of that is built around a simple construct, which is to create the curriculum necessary for you to experience and learn whatever it is you are here to do. And so to me, that's also a loving expression and understanding, but it helps kind of go, okay, well, why do these things happen even when it doesn't seem like they should? Why do we continue to have these things in our society? And even Christ said, as an example, something that recently has been on my mind, he said, the poor will always be with you. Well, like, that's an interesting statement, right? Like, what does that mean? Does that take the pressure off us to take care of the poor? No, I think quite the opposite. But I think there's a lot that is learned in poverty that is important for humanity's consciousness. And most of, but not all, of the people I know who are very successful came from nothing, which was part of their process, part of what drove them to be more and to want more. Now, there are exceptions, undoubtedly, but the vast majority, and I think there was a big study that was done that showed in the United States, 81 or 82% of self-made millionaires were first generation. They didn't inherit wealth to get there. There's something beautiful in the process of the human experience that includes suffering, or we could say pain, at least. Suffering may be optional, but pain seems to be part of this world, part of the learning mechanism for this world. And there's a lot there, but ultimately I think we're here to learn our lessons and the conditions that create it. And so you could come in, potentially, in a perfect environment with perfect attentive parents who are emotionally available, create a beautiful home for you, have everything you need physically, financially, and emotionally, and that does not guarantee that you are going to be a perfectly enlightened adult who doesn't have any issues. And that was my point, is like, I've literally now seen this twice. And obviously, perhaps their perceptions they're missing things, but one of them I know, and I actually got to know the parents, and I'm like, oh, sure, shit, yeah, you're right about this. Fascinating.